No, was you? No, that's you. I think you're hearing things. No, I think you're hearing things. Isn't it? Do you want some help with that? Well, yeah, no, but I mean, do we show you a better way of getting your mics sorted out and working, and basically, that way you're getting
There we go.
static or anything at all?
Oh, I just have to set it. I just have to set the decimals so whenever I'm not talking, it
No,
shows
no,
no
no, no, no.
stuff.
We can do is you can set a filter, so basically it'll only pick
Oh.
up your voice. Did you not know that?
Man, I stream for the shits and giggles.
All right.
Whatever. When I'm not talking, it
Come on,
doesn't
come on.
do anything, so I think it's fine. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna fight you.
I'm definitely gonna fight. I'm definitely gonna fight you either.
Nah, fight Chief Hades when he comes back.
I'm a man with many tattoos on me, you know.
I got many tattoos too. Why is there rain in here?
Why? Why is there rain in here?
Why is the fire department flooding?
That sounds like you problem.
Have you seen this department yet?
What fire one?
Yeah, no, this building one. This one's actually pretty cool.
Oh, is it pretty cool?
There's a bathrooms and stuff. Downstairs is bunks, gym and shit. Upstairs a nice little sitting area.
Hey, one of ours, show me out. 039.
Careful.
Got a little office. Little office, a gym, the bunks are down there, so yeah.
Yeah.
Storage room. Fucking where we go to abuse Joe.
It's Shay, you're not on here.
I'm not dead.
No, I found you. I found you. You're the one with the mustache.
For your knowledge, I have a fully grown beard. So fuck you. Actually, I want to spawn in my tanker. Have you seen the tanker yet, Waddle?
I believe it's yeah. I believe
It
it's
looks
something
sick. I'm stuck in the door.
Yeah, you'll put down as tanker. Wait, are you engine or are you tanker?
I originally said engine, but I can spawn it. I just have both out.
It's because you were like on dispatcher already as tanker. I was like, okay, I need fucking running.
That's from the other night.
Okay, let me switch you over to engine one.
I'm gonna spawn tanker anyway, just in case someone else hops on and wants to switch with me.
Oh my god, you're a pain in the ass, you know.
New dispatch, 150 Great Ocean Highway.
Now tanker one, deal with it. It was simple.
Huh?
You're now tanker one, deal with it.
Okay.
This is Delta 13, the self-dispatch for the time being.
We're gonna 911. Gonna come out of 151. Person rolled their vehicle in their trap somewhere in the Chiliad Mountain. I'll be headed out that way in an off-road vehicle.
I think one same traffic.
Kilo 1s are out.
This one's fun.
Oh, you've... How the fuck are you managed to do that shit?
I know the ways of the dipshit. You see.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, people are on the way, Gary. Don't worry.
Pedro.
Yes, you're there on. Your 911 came through, and there are people on the way.
Like, when you help me out on scene 151, I got eyes on the vehicle. I have a blue and colored vehicle roll over. Do we have active fire?
10-4.
Like, on copy. Can I get a fire rescue down to 151? Looks like we got an entrapment.
Full Lincoln 108, going back. 10-41, 10-8.
Nice.
Looking at power code 0.
Full Lincoln 108 to Lincoln 01G, it's a assistance.
Kilo 1, we need a fire and EMS en route this way.
Oh, what the?
This is Full Lincoln 108, I've got 10-8, this is super really cool. Driving head down Great Ocean Highway 051.
Like, one, you got to terminate pursuit due to other conditions, and also, we already have a priority in effect. Alright, we got an entrapment. It looks to be his left leg visibly broken. Shoulder, chest, minor bruises. I'm unable to get him out. He's claiming that his seatbelt's the only thing holding him back.
So, let me get the dog light.
Alright. Try and get this door pried open, alright? So I just need you to block your face so none of this glass gets in your face, alright? Go ahead and face the other way.
Alright. I'm gonna do this as carefully as I can, so. Alright.
Alright. I'll go and share Alright. I'm gonna count to 3 and I'm gonna cut it open, alright? On the count. 1, 2, 3.
Second. A heat blanket?
Oh,
There we go.
Right is just better, I guess. Whatever.
Kilo 1's gonna be 10-8, and 10-7, 10-42.
Oh, what? He just went 10-8, 10-7, huh?
Yeah, the 10-7 is the new 10-8.
Hell yeah.
Sir, what do you feel hurt?
My leg, I don't think is supposed to be hanging like that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that. I'm gonna agree with you on that. Yeah, that don't look that healthy. Any advice, officers? Any advice, officers?
Yeah, you got a splint or a backboard. At least try to get him out.
I should have a backboard. Got back. So
I guess we
wanna
could
roll him over, or
User disconnected from your
Let's go ahead and place him on his,
just get him on the back.
yes. Calling One Ghost Time, extradition mechanic 21951 for a blue and color tour challenger involved in the rollover.
Ready? We roll in 3, 2, 1. I guess we could try to. Probably better to try and put him in the back of your truck, or
Yeah, that does sound good.
this wasn't a good idea.
on the back seat.
Alright, well. Sir, are you good to stand up and walk over to my patrol vehicle, or do you need a little assistance getting up?
I mean, if you guys can just help me, I can put pressure on my good leg.
Okay, don't even worry about it, alright? We're gonna help you up. Alright, you're gonna put your
Alright.
arm around me, and you're gonna put your other arm around one of these guys, alright? We're gonna help you get put up in my vehicle for transport.
Like a
alright?
72
Count of 3. I need you to stand up, and I'm gonna get you up, alright? Count of 3.
Alright.
1, 2, 3.
Self-suspension on time.
Yeah, before Lincoln 72.
Did
turn
you know
right
you
today.
look like the Cookie Monster?
Damn, that's just me.
Alright, it's gonna place my passenger. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and transport me. It's got this scene. Alright, appreciate it. Lincoln 01.
Fuck.
Not wrong.
Lincoln 1, should be splitting up 151.
Fine,
6,
then-
transporting 1 injured
Then
down.
let's
Okay,
fight
medical.
Kermit, he has me down.
It is what it is.
Oh, you don't count and tell now?
Yeah, you're good. I already got it.
Alright.
User joined your channel.
County of Four. Back there.
What is this thing?
Lincoln 1, show me a rapid down. I'll be in a medical. I'll be 10-8 off transport.
Lincoln 108, request EMS or fire. We have a house fire current moment at postal 029.
The postal?
029 house fire.
Copy. Show Tango 101. Oh, man, we got a fire now. Set up. So I can get my hose all set up. Hose. Enter.
User joined your channel.
Put it all on that.
County 61 radio check.
Tenter.
County 61, 10-8, 1041, active 71 for BCSD, active NGU.
Oh shit! Not mine. Firefighters become the liberal guys. Oh. Yep, I love fight.
5084 San Andreas.
Oh. Erickson.
5084 radio check.
10-2.
And 58-4, do we have active dispatch this time?
Negative active dispatch, self-dispatch.
Received, thank you.
Thanks for the traffic control. Fire's out.
Alright, 10.
Oh.
Only 108 tonight.
He's a tree. He's a bush. He got a bush top over there. Damn. God Be as loud as you can. Oh, we gotta be as loud as you possibly can, I guess. What type of fun are they having around here? Good evening.
User joined your channel.
Oh, Savinia!
Like, why can't I see you? Then I realized you're up there. You're all the way up there.
Full Lincoln 108 going 10-6.
Do you want to get your training done tonight? Should finally be done all with
County
it.
61, same
Yeah,
traffic.
You said yes?
Yeah, sure. Why not? More certification!
Okay, go ahead and mark yourself 10-7.
58, 919,
Oh god, it's these fucking gloves. Okay, have to fix that later. Alright, let's do your EMT training. We'll pull out an ambulance.
One's already spawned in.
One of the old ones. Go ahead and delete that, we're gonna use new ones.
Well, I can't spawn the new ones yet. Oh, because that's me. They won't let me delete it.
You did /DV and /FPV.
User disconnected from your channel.
FPV, what the fuck?
Are you on duty in 5M? 5PD?
Yeah.
So go back to your vehicle, go near it, and just do /F Frank Delta Victor.
Okay. Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, congratulations, you learned.
Dickhead.
Don't mind my wing gear. Go ahead
Punch
and
him,
go.
Punch him.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it raining once the training's done.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go into the SAS Academy for me in Discord.
Yep,
I don't
gotcha.
have to keep pushing the button.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a cramped finger if I do that.
Hello!
I am just on the stream, just so you know. I am fucking doing stream by no one looking at it, but whatever.
You're doing what?
There's a thing on your YouTube that has a video that I'm host.
You're in a stream right now?
I already am, yeah.
Oh, we probably should do this later then.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I
Are
really
you
don't care.
streaming or is somebody else
I
streaming?
am.
Oh, hi folks! I'm gonna bore the hell out of everybody.
Ah, fuck him, who cares? The only person probably watching it would be Hades eventually if he does, you know, look at my Discord, that's a notification.
That's great. Okay. With that being said, let's start. Let me pull up my notes here.
Now you've got pressure.
Yes, it's my training. I still need the notes. There's a lot to go over. We're gonna do the boring stuff first. We're gonna go over the whys and whats, and then we'll go over the how, you know, the scripts and all that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get through the why, when, where, all that crap first. So let me find the stuff. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the EMT training manual with you, just to make sure that you kind of understand it. There was no, missing key elements, anything like that.
Alright.
So obviously we're gonna skip the emotes and equipment. That'll be a little bit. Truck class, the ambulance. Do you know who staffs the ambulance?
Paramedics or EMTs?
Incorrect. Anybody in SAES. We want one staffed ambulance. That's got to be the first thing staffed.
I was just thinking IRL.
Not the engines. The engine can be staffed, but
yeah.
if there's an EMS call, that trumps whatever fire call is going on.
Yep.
Unless you're already on scene, then we're not going to force you to come back and, well, screw your scene. Come back and do this officer down call for another cardiac arrest. So if you are lucky and you can have 2 people on, we want to try to staff the ambulance with 2 people, especially if this new one. We can actually have people in the back, multiple people in the back. So we definitely want to try to staff 2 people now. So, even if somebody's on engine, they should still come on the ambulance with you or vice versa.
Yeah.
Even if it's, they take the engine to the scene, but they go back with you in the ambulance to whatever hospital you decide to go to or landing zone or whatever.
Alright.
Flight car. Who has access to the flight cars or command vehicles? Kind of.
What, captain up is it?
So command kind of is right now, because command's the only one that has ALS certifications.
Yeah.
We will allow when people do get more, when we get more ALS people, either paramedics or maybe eventually AEMTs, we will allow them to use the flight cars. Just again, the ambulance has to be staffed first.
Yeah.
So we at least want one fully staffed ambulance for the whole state. Well, obviously we don't have a whole state to deal with, but when we have normal jurisdictions and stuff, we want to have at least one ambulance for the whole state, and we obviously want one ambulance in AOP. There is no exception to that rule. If there is like a simple, let's say an evaluation, or let's say a taser removal or something, a medic and an EMT or vice versa can jump in and take that down to the scene.
Alright.
If it's something they know they won't be transporting, and they will let the officer know that they are not capable of transporting, so that way there's no expectations when they get on scene. It's like, oh, perfect, you're here. You can take them to the hospital. No, we told you. You're not going to get a transport. So that's what the flight cars are for. In the ambulances, you do have ALS drugs. Obviously, you're not going to have access to them. Realistically, ALS would carry keys with them.
Yeah.
So, for instance, you're not going to break in there and grab the epinephrine. The epinephrine 1 to 10,000, which is a code epi. What you use to give somebody if they're having a cardiac arrest or respiratory arrest.
Alright.
You're not going in there getting the nitro. You're not going in there
getting the
grabbing
fentanyl.
the amiodarone. Exactly. You're not grabbing any of that. ALS, we have access to both because in ALS, you can't even get Tylenol on their protocols. Yeah, I want to change that. I'm working on that because I got to redo this whole thing if I'm doing that. Where was I? Oh, and then obviously in ALS, we have access to your BLS drugs because in ALS, we have a concept called BLS before ALS.
Yeah.
We will do everything BLS before we go into an ALS manner. For instance, BLS airways before we do an advanced airway or intubate. We're going to try BLS drugs before we go to ALS drugs, etc.
Yep.
Next step, we're going to go over basic patient assessment, and there's 2 types of assessment. There's trauma and there's medical. Medical, you're not going to see a lot, but we are going to go through it. Trauma, obviously, you're going to see that a lot in this server. So medical is pretty easy. The first thing you got for both of them is something called the scene size up and scene safety. It's also called a window survey. You basically are going to be, first off, you have BSI, body substance isolation. That's gloves, gowns, whatever you need for that call. And then, is your scene safe? I don't think I need to explain to you what happens with scene safety. So, we're looking for power lines down. It's kind of like your firefighter one. We're looking for your power lines down. We're looking for somebody with a knife. We're looking for hostile family members or, shouting family members. Anything that could be a safety concern to you,
disconnected from your channel.
partner, other crew, other responding units, or the patient themselves.
Yeah.
I could care less if down the street Joe Smo is shanking Frank Stevens. I do care. But right now, our patient's here. If they're down the street, I can give 2 craps about that.
That's a later issue.
Your scene is your safety. So you're going to do that. One of the other things you're going to do is you're going to determine the need of life flight or not. I will go over that in a little bit. If you do want life flight, it's usually better to call for an air standby, because that way they can actually fly around your scene and they're already ready to go to land, than a ground standby. If you don't know what you need yet if you don't know if you need a helicopter or not yet, you can do a ground standby. If you know you're going to need a helicopter, but you don't know when and you don't know why, then obviously you're going to want an air standby. Again, we'll go over that in a little bit. There's some guidelines to follow with that. You're also going to look for any resources you need. So let's say, we get called to a medical alarm going off, middle of the road. Well, for one thing, you wouldn't normally get a medical alarm in the middle of the road, but if you do, and you come up to it and it's like a car accident, you're obviously going to call for law enforcement, you're going to call for fire resources, you're going to call for maybe ALS, and you might even call for a command chief. You might call for tow, you might call for highway, you might call for any of that, so keep that in mind. And obviously, if you got more patients, you should call and get more EMS units en route. At maximum, in severe case scenarios, you can have 2 people in an ambulance, 2 patients.
Okay.
One, they cannot both be on a stretcher-wise, though. So if you determine both of them need a stretcher, you have to get into the ambulance.
Okay.
But if one's like a walking wounded, which we'll go over that in a second too, one's a walking wounded and one's, needs the gurney or stretcher, then that's good. You can do that.
So basically, a red gets a gurney, a yellow would get the seat.
Yellow or green, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually yellow's gonna need a stretcher though, so don't try to go with that option.
All right.
If you can help it. Now onto the assessment itself. So both is same thing for both. You're gonna look for a level of consciousness. Are they talking to you? Are they unconscious? Are they somewhat semi-conscious? If they're conscious, we're gonna try to get we're gonna see if their mental status is okay, and you can ask that with a few questions. So you're usually looking for patient, their name. You're looking for time, usually the day of the week. You're looking for what happened, where are they, and you're looking for events leading up to it.
Alright.
And also, time can also, so here's the questions you can ask, for instance. Normally you're going to ask, can you tell me your full name? Can you tell me what day of the week it is? Can you tell me where you are right now? Can you tell me how many quarters make $1? And then you're going to ask, what happened?
Alright.
Can you recall what happened? Because if they can't, they have to call amnesia, and that's concerns for a TBI. Do you know what TBI is?
No fucking clue.
Traumatic brain injury.
User joined your channel.
So that's
That is, their brain is screwed up, for lack of better layman
so
terms.
like
Their brain is
concussion,
screwed up.
whiplash, stuff like that.
Kind of. TBI is a lot more severe. Concussion. They might have amnesia from concussion too, but normally it's a TBI.
Alright.
That is a high level thing, and you need to transport immediately with that. We'll go on that in a second. But so that's your baseline for both.
Alright.
Now here's where it differentiates. So again, medical first. We have what's called the life threats, the ABCs, and the expanded survey, if you want to do it, is the ABCDEs. A is airway. Notice how I'm talking to you right now? My airway is patent. Exactly, it's patent. I've secured it myself. It's not closing up anytime soon. Versus somebody's airway closing up. Somebody choking on something, airway obstruction, etc. So keep airway in mind. Obviously, got an airway concern. If you have any concerns with the ABCs, treat that first, and then continue down your list. And if you have an airway, if you have any of those ABC concerns, you should transport immediately, then stay in on scene. But always go through your ABCs first before you decide that. You'll see in a second. So breathing is next. That should be breathing. You're looking for quality. You're looking for rate. You're looking to see if they're breathing shallow or deep. You're looking for the depth, basically. You should do some lung sounds. Do my lung sounds sound clear? Do they sound like absolute crap, like they got fluid and gunk in it? Do they sound like they've got a whistle noise going on? Do they sound like there's musical notes playing in my lungs? You joke, but musical notes is asthma. Whistle would be stridor. Your gunk is going to be either rhonchi, which is just basically means fluid in the lungs. Well, more like an infection in the lungs, I should say. If you hear like bubbling in the lungs, that's a sign of crackles, which is, again, fluid in the lungs. So you keep an eye on that. And also breathing, you should probably get like an oxymeter on them if you can.
Yep.
I'll go over vitals here in a little bit, tell you what the normals are, tell you what they're for, but get oximeter on them and see what that is. Going off to circulation now. So circulation is, first off, is there any bleeding? If it's a medical call, half the time they're
User
not bleeding.
disconnected
Other
from
half
your
the time they
channel.
might be bleeding. But you know, there's a risk to circulation if they're having chest pain, for instance. There's a risk to circulation if they're complaining of arm pain and you don't have a pulse or anything like that. So you always want to check, make sure there's no bleeding. You want to check that there's a pulse. You want to check the pulse is normal, it's at a normal rate. It's strong enough that you can feel it. You know, you're not trying to feel for hours going, I think I feel it.
I think so.
And you obviously want a rate, a number. So again, we'll go over vital signs here in a second. D, this is for part of the expanded. That's disability. So that's kind of the same thing as the checking their mental status, but it also includes making sure that they can move their extremities. So for instance, let's say, oh, they're having a stroke, for instance. Can they move their extremities? If they have stroke symptoms, you might want to do a stroke exam right then and there. You want to check their pupils. You also might want to check their blood sugar. That is your disability. E is exposure. That's usually, it's a little hard to explain this one to people, so usually it's obviously exposing your patient with respect. You know, if they're having some medical issue in the stomach area, you probably want to get their shirt off or tone off or whatever and check that place. You don't want to make them naked.
Yeah.
All the way. And then it's also keeping them warm or keeping them cold if they're too warm. Any questions on the primary survey, we call it?
No.
Okay. Again, the next thing is transport or don't transport. We have a saying in EMS where I work. We have puha and we have stay and play. Puha is pick up, haul ass. If you have a life threat, and it's any of those ABCDEs that are wrong, you need to pick up, haul ass to the nearest hospital. They don't need you, they need the hospital.
Yeah.
They need more help than EMS. If there's nothing wrong with the ABCDEs, you can what we call stay and play. You can stay on scene, ask some more questions, do a little more investigative work, you know, give some more information to the hospital. And you're going to want to start doing this for some patients because we are going to eventually, way down the line, I want to work on trying to get us a hospital team for the server. It's going to be way down the line though, so just keep it in mind and start working on some of this stuff. So if you're going to stay and play now, so let's pretend, you know, we did a whole assessment, there was no ABCDEs that were, you know, at a threat. We decided we're going to stay and play. Get some vital signs. That's your first step, get some vital signs. So vital signs, do I need to go over that with you, or do you kind of know them?
If below 50 is concerned and above 110 is concerned.
Of what?
Beats per minute.
Okay, so that's heart rate. So, yeah, you can do that. A lot of people like 60 over 100 a little better. 50 is a little low, but 50... So 60 to 100 is your normal. That's what the medical world recommends.
Yeah.
Don't be the type of EMT, both real life, if you decide to go into it, or, you know, you're helping a parent or something, they've got, like, medical equipment. And don't be the type of EMT in game where you see a number like 58 and you go, oh crap, they're dying.
No, that shouldn't be the dying.
So 60 to 100 is normal, and then 50 to 110 should be your, hey, something's not right here.
Yeah, because I can get my resting one in the past. I was able to get down to 50, 40s.
Exactly. Well, see, 40 is a little more scary.
When I'm sleeping, it's gone down to 40.
Okay, you might want to get that checked out. But
I probably have to
again,
check
depends
out.
on the person, stuff like that. So that's heart rate. Temperature, you don't have to usually worry about, but, you know, try to get a temperature on people as you can and as the situation warrants. If I'm complaining I'm sick, you probably want to get a temperature. If I just came out of a cardiac arrest and you got something called RASC, which is return of spontaneous circulation, basically means the person came back to life, they're no longer dead.
Ah, fun.
Then, you know, you might want to get a temp to make sure they're not going hypothermic from the cardiac arrest.
Alright.
Stuff like that. Temps usually, it's a hard one. There's not really a normal range. But usually I would say below 96 is a concern and above 100 is a concern.
Yeah.
for us in EMS. The hospital could deal with any other concern, but our concern should be 96 below, above 100. That's our concerns.
Alright.
Blood pressure. Do you know the normal for that?
I know mine ain't normal.
So it's 120 over 80 is supposed to be the perfect blood pressure.
Okay.
Don't be concerned if somebody's like 119 over 78. Don't be concerned if somebody's 122 over 92. Your concern should only be, again, it's kind of like one of those things. There's not a definition one. There's not a defined range. But your concern should be anything below 20, unless they have a concern for that already, like it's in their medical history.
Alright.
You know, if I have hypotension, which is low blood pressure, if I have that, and you see a blood pressure of 102 over, I don't know, let's go 68, I'm probably okay. That's not our concern right now, but you know, if you see a blood pressure of what we call shit over shit, which is usually double digits, so let's say 86 over 48, that's a concern. That's a real big concern. You need ALS on board now.
So, the bottom number should stay in triple digits, basically?
No, the top number really should stay in triple digits.
Okay, it's top number, okay.
So that's your systolic. That's when the heart's filling up.
Okay.
That's why that top number's so high, because it's filling up and getting pressure in there.
Okay.
I
just don't know how.
That should be around 120.
Oh.
That should, so if you really want a range, it should be around 100 to 140.
Okay.
The bottom number is your diastolic. That's where the heart's emptying all that blood. Again, you're going to have release of pressure. Not a lot, but you're going to have some. So your release of pressure is going to be something like, you know, a normal range, just for shits and giggles, is going to be 60 to 100. Again, if you have double digits over double digits, you probably have a concern for ALS because their blood pressure is tanking. If you have triple digits over triple digits, that means there's a blockage somewhere. That could be either a heart blockage, such as a myocardial infarction or a heart attack,
Alright.
or it could be a sign of a stroke. Respiratory rate. So respiratory rate is, you know, how many times the person's breathing per minute. Normal range is usually 12 to 20. You know, again, don't be alarmed if somebody's 10. Don't be alarmed if somebody's 22. Unless you know what the medical reason is, and, you know, 10's scary, or they're unconscious and they're 10. If they're unconscious, 12 to 20 is what you want to keep, even if it's one above or one below. They're awake. There's no medical reason why they should be doing that. Again, same deal. If there is a medical reason, then, you know, 10 to 22 is going to be around your normal-ish.
Alright.
SpO2 is your oxygen saturation. That's how well oxygen is binding to your hemoglobin, which is your blood. It's usually in percentage because it's how it reads through the finger, how much percent of the hemoglobin is binding.
Yeah.
Sorry, how much oxygen is binding to the hemoglobin, so I should say. That is a range of 92 to 100. Now, what are you going to do if somebody is 90%?
That means that there's something wrong.
Correct.
But
So, and this is one of the ones where there is concern if it goes below
yeah.
92, because 92 is our number for when we should get concerned. 92 is the number where we should start going, oh crap. Then once they fall 91 and above, we should intervene.
I knew someone.
You're going to hear that different.
It was like 86.
Correct. So there are people, I'm not going too in detail with this, but there is something where a lot of people, if they have COPD or any kind of like breathing issue like asthma or something, their number might be a little bit lower.
Well, no, they
So
were having,
just keep in
they were
mind.
having, they were having medical issues, definitely, though.
Exactly. So, okay, well that explains that then. Just keep that in mind, you know, find out what the person's baseline is.
Yeah.
Ask them, hey, do you normally run pretty low on your oxygen? You know, if they're a COPD, or they might say, yeah, usually run around high 80s. You know, then if you see like 87, you're probably going to ignore it. But if you see like 82, oh shit.
That's the hospital.
So we're gonna go over some medications a little bit. I kind of want to go over this right now, just because of the way SPO2 works. So you have something in your rig called oxygen.
Yeah.
No duh. Everybody's got that. But you have 3 ways to use oxygen. You have 4 ways, technically, to use oxygen. I'm not going to go over the 4th one. That's a different med. You have a nasal cannula, which is like the nose prongs.
Yep, I know, yep.
That you should give to somebody that's having slight difficulty breathing or a slight SpO2 decrease. So my recommendation for you is like 92 to 88% you should put a nasal cannula on someone.
Alright.
You have a non-rebreather mask, which I'm not going to go over what non-rebreather means, but it's just a face mask. It's the oxygen mask over your face.
Yeah.
That should be anybody below 88% to usually, I would say, 80%. And then you have something called CPAP. Now this one's a little tricky. Just think of it in layman terms as I'm going to say it. CPAP stands for Continuous Positive Airway Pressure.
I know what
In
CPAP
layman
is.
terms... Oh, you do? Okay,
Yeah,
so
my
you know how it
grandmother
works,
has
you
it
know
and
all that.
everything. Yeah,
Sweet.
it's a
I
machine
love when people know it.
and stuff. It connects. Hers is the nose one and stuff. It's always flowing air and yeah.
Yep.
I
So
might
you're
use
gonna have that on. You have that on your rig. All
Oh.
EMTs can do that.
Alright.
What you should really use it for is anybody below 80%, or anybody that you know is having severe respiratory distress or failure coming up.
So like a lung collapsing.
That is. Not even a lung collapsing. Just anybody that you feel. So let's say, for instance, you can have somebody that's on their deathbed. Their oxygen saturation's at 82%, but they're kind of breathing like maybe 9 breaths per minute. It's very shallow, and they're having trouble breathing.
It would help them breathe better.
CPAP will help that, yes. And you know how CPAP works. It just
Yeah.
keeps the airway open, basically.
Yep.
There's more medical terminology with that and crap, but we're not going to go into that. Basic common sense is it keeps the airway open. Keep it stupid simple. Kiss.
Yeah.
Okay, so we went over heart rate, we went over blood pressure, we went over respiratory, we went over SpO2. Here's one people forget. It's called the 6th and hidden vital sign. Pain. Always, if you have somebody that has a painful issue, like let's say stomach pain, always ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad's your pain? That is your pain rating.
They say it's a 10, they're going to the hospital.
They say it's a 10, usually, if they're not crying or curl up in a ball, they're usually lying to you. Not entirely. Like, if somebody's got really good pain tolerance, 10 might be, you know,
If
nothing to
it's
them.
a farmer and they say it's a 10, they're going to the hospital.
Kind of, yeah. You got it.
I live on a farm,
there's-
I know how that is.
Then there's blood glucose. Do you know blood glucose?
Yeah, that's the stuff that if you have it low or high, it's diabetes.
Do you know the range for that?
No, I cannot tell you.
70 to 120.
Is the good one?
Yeah, that's the range. That's your normal range. So anything below 70 is what we call hypoglycemic, which just means low blood sugar.
Yep.
Hypo is low, glycemic is sugar. So low sugars below 70, hyperglycemic is high sugars above 120.
Alright.
Now again, it's one of those things where somebody's baseline might be 134. That's what they normally run because they don't control their sugar very well. Your concern should be anybody that's like, you know, way above.
Yeah.
And if there's somebody above, you're normally going to need ALS, and even then, ALS doesn't have a lot they can do.
Except go to
At the
hospital.
BLS level, the only
User
one you
joined
can
your
handle,
channel.
really, is, who's this?
Is the low
Okay,
blood
no, I'm not
sugar
worried about them.
because you just get them sugar stuff.
Exactly, that's stuff you can handle at the BLS level.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Thomas, apologies, we're just doing our training real quick.
Yeah, I just stopped to see how you guys do it. How you guys are doing.
We're doing good so far.
No one's died yet.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, until he gets released here.
Gotta say
Yeah,
yes.
just wait until the LEO training is done.
Yeah, pretty much.
How comfy is that jacket anyways? Because I've seen you wear it a lot. I don't think it's that comfy.
Not this one. I don't wear this one. I wear... Out of character, I wear... Where is it? One hot second.
If you can find your shit.
I got a lot of shit. I wear this one.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, that's your common one.
Or I might wear. Do I even have it?
You look
I
more
might wear this
professional in
one.
that one.
The shirt from this one I might wear.
Yeah. I think the heavy jacket you look more better, and since you're the fire chief, I think you'll wear that more often.
Yeah, well, it was raining a little bit earlier, and they say there's more rain in the evening, so I'm gonna keep this on for now. I'm gonna be prepared when you all of a sudden need a boat.
Hey, listen, just because my Mustang doesn't have good traction doesn't mean it's not a good car.
You'll be regretting saying that in a little bit.
The tanker likes to
What?
drift in the rain.
So you're telling me if I crash and I hit my panic, you're not done your son to it?
I'm in a training right now, and I might be for the rest of the night, so you never know.
How dare you?
He's training me, so this could take all night.
Yeah, it could actually. He's a little special. Alright, normally I'm a little more welcoming, but I do want to get his training done, so...
You have fun.
All good. If I call in service, you're more welcome to stop by, though. Might do dinner.
Okay.
Have fun, blue pants.
You just had to.
Fucked up, but you have fun.
Good. Ah, fuck, where are we? Okay, so we were at Blue Coast. There's also something called end title. I'm not gonna go into that unless you know what it is. Do you know what it is?
Don't fuck me.
Okay, we're gonna ignore that. That's an ALS thing. I'm not gonna worry about that here. It is a BLS skill. It is something I could teach, but it's complicated to teach in less than 10 minutes. So we're gonna ignore it.
Fair enough.
So you did your survey. You seem safe. You just assessed your patient. You determined they have no life threats. You decided you're gonna stay and play. We have vital signs. Next, history of the illness. That is your OPQRST. O is your onset. How long ago did it start? P is your provocation. What makes it worse? What makes it better? Where am I? Q. Q is your quality. What's it feel like, especially if like they're in pain? Let's say they have a headache. Quality could be something like it feels like somebody's slamming a jackhammer into my head, or chest pain. I've got some pressure right here in the chest.
Yeah.
R is your radiance over. Yeah, R is your radiance or referring. So R is something as simple as let's go back to the chest pain. They have chest pain, but it's going to their jaw. That is radiance. It's radiating to that area. Reference would be something like, I have chest pain, but my leg is hurting. Reference is it's in a different spot than what they said. Like there's no path, is what I should say. Like there's a path from your chest to your jaw, but there's not really an easy path from your chest to your head. An easy path is what I should say. Like there's no connections. Get what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little hard to sometimes say. Severity is your scale of 1 to 10, so you should already get that. That is your S. And then, of course, T is time. It's stupid because onset and O and T are kind of the same thing, but you should ask it twice just to make sure. That is your history of the illness. Now, next up is what we call sample. This is kind of you getting information about your patient, what they have, etc., etc. So sample is your signs and symptoms. Usually you don't have to worry about that one. That's only if you checked over somebody and you don't find any weird issues. You start asking them stuff like, so what exactly are you feeling? And they're going to tell you they're dizzy, or I don't know, the room just feels like it's spinning. Or my favorite one I got a couple of months ago was, I feel like I'm dead.
I've heard of that before.
Yes, I thought I wasn't going to hear that ever, but I got lucky.
You got lucky. I just threw my phone
Yeah.
on my cat. I feel bad.
Nice. So, that is S. That's your signs and symptoms. A is your allergies. Especially when you give any medications, ask for an allergy.
Yep.
Are you allergic to anything? If you're going to somebody for a breathing issue, they might be allergic to a bee sting and they just got stung by a bee. But because you don't know about the allergy, you might not know it's an allergic reaction.
So you can't give them an EpiPen or something like that.
Exactly. So they might die on you. So always ask about allergies. Both because there might be certain medical calls that it helps, and also because if you're going to give any meds, if they're allergic to Tylenol and they're reaction to Tylenol is they stop breathing.
Oh God.
You give them Tylenol,
I'm gonna
goodbye.
kill them.
Exactly. M. M is your pertinent medical history. So I don't want to know about their 50th toe repair. I want to know, do they have chest pain? Or, no, sorry, do they have any cardiac history? Do they have any respiratory history?
Do they
Are
have
they a
an artificial
diabetic?
heart?
User joined your channel.
Exactly. Do they have any issues with low or high blood pressure? Any psychiatric concerns, etc., etc. You know, stuff that matters to us.
Yeah.
Stuff that might be pertinent to the call. P is your past oral. Sorry. P. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Give me a second. S is signs and symptoms. A is allergies. M is not medical history. I apologize.
Oh.
That's P. P is your pertinent past history.
Fuck's that?
That's your medical history.
Oh. Oh.
Pertinent just means it's related to the call.
Oh, okay.
Again, we don't want to know about the toe pain that they had 5 years back, but we want to know about, yeah, I actually have a couple of Widowmakers in me, or I have a couple of stents, or I have like a history of having these weird headaches. Kind of why I called you guys, you know, kind of stuff like that.
My leg sometimes inflates into a balloon.
Exactly. So you know what a demon is. There we go. Good. Okay. M, my apologies, is medications. What medications are they taking, or what should they be taking? That's always a good one.
Yep.
It's not what they are taking. What should they be taking? Because there's lots of people where they don't take all their medications, especially diabetics. They will not take all their metformin. They will not take anything like that.
Oh yeah, that's also one of
A
my
lot of people are in
died.
not compliance with their meds. Exactly. You're getting it.
I
that's
was just
M.
talking to my grandmother about that earlier.
Then you have P, which we just kind of fixed there. L. This one's a debate throughout the whole
User in your
medical
channel
community.
timed out.
There's 3 things L can stand for. Last oral intake, last known well, or last bowel movement.
Alright.
Hey Miles, I'm just working on his training, then if you want to do that right time, we can.
Oh, fuck. Shit, sorry.
It's all good. I could try to. I don't know if external people are going to pull me into my head for the rest of the night when they come back, so.
Well, they would let me know that, so don't worry about that part.
Oh, no.
But let me finish up Grant's training and we'll talk about that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. There's a whole thing with that. I'm not going to it because it's a staff management issue. Anyway, so last oral intake, you know, if they are having issues with dehydration, if they're having issues with stomach pain, if they're vomiting, nauseous, they're sick, you kind of want to know what they last had when they last had it.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go back inside, or do you want me to...
Either or. We're just in Discord, so it's not like if you're out here, you're going to disrupt us.
Alright.
So that's last oral intake. Last known well, that's a hard one. Last known well, you should use it more for like people that are mentally altered. You know, they don't know what's happening anymore.
Ah, Hades.
You should use that for strokes because, you know, if somebody's had a stroke within an hour and a half, we can do something about it.
Yeah.
If their stroke was last night at bumfuck nowhere, you know, it might be too late to do anything about it. And also, like, psychiatric concerns sometimes. If you've got, like, a bystander or family member that could say, well, he was acting normal yesterday, that's a good reason to ask that, too. Then, there's last bowel movement. Do you know what a bowel movement is?
Yeah,
User joined your channel.
There you go. Again, this is kind of like the sickness and the diarrhea and all that. Like, when was your last bowel movement?
What
That
was
way
it
you
like?
know, because, you know, constipation is a thing.
Yeah. Or if it's like diarrhea or something like that.
Signal
And then
100
E.
is now in effect.
E is events leading up to what happened today, what they called you for. So, you know, let's say they're diabetic, but they didn't want to take their meds. So they could tell you, you know, for E, they could tell you, well, I take metformin, which is a diabetic pill. I take metformin, but I just didn't feel like taking it yesterday because I was just so sick. And then this morning, I felt even worse. I still didn't take it, and it's gotten so bad, I thought I'd call you guys.
You aren't
That's
taking your
your
meds.
Yeah, well, you know, that's how that works usually. So there's your sample. Signs and symptoms, allergies, medications, past pertinent history. L could be any of the three things: last oral intake, last known well, or last bowel movement. And E is your events leading up. Cool, we have all that bull crap done. What's next? Well, you're staying and playing with the patient. Now it's the investigation part. If they're having chest pain, you know, start working a little bit on their chest. You know, maybe feel around their chest, make sure they're not pulled a muscle somewhere. Have them move their arms a little bit, because, you know, if they say ouch when they're doing that, they probably pulled a muscle somewhere. That's why they're having pain in the chest area.
Yeah, that's not a fun spot to pull muscle.
Exactly, and I've had it happen to myself.
Yeah, same.
Let's say shortness of breath. You know, you start doing a little more investigation, what meds they're taking. You ask them, do they have any, you know, history of like exercise-induced asthma. You can have them stand up, get a blood. You can get like vital signs while standing, sitting, and lying down. If they're different, you know, you have some concerns, etc., etc. That's what we call the secondary survey, the focused secondary survey.
Yeah, the spot that you know where the issues are.
Exactly. Then after that, you should do your interventions if you haven't already done most of them, and you should treat and plan and call the hospital and transport. We are done with the medical assessment part.
Okay.
Any questions on that?
Too much words.
I know. I promise. I hate this too, but we gotta go over it.
Yeah.
Any questions on it?
No.
Anything at all? Okay. Trauma's a little different, but it's not superiorly different. So you still have the window survey. You still have the I need this resource. I need that. You still have the are they conscious? Are they not? You still have are they with us enough to speak? But trauma includes blood. And if somebody's bleeding out, you can help their airway, you can help their breathing, you can help all that. If they're bleeding out, it don't fucking matter.
Put a fucking tourniquet on
Pardon
that
my
bitch,
French.
then worry about everything else.
Yeah, stop the bleed stuff. So
just don't put a tourniquet.
They have
on
a different one. They have a different order of things when it comes to trauma. Okay. Instead of the ABCs, they add one, which is X for extenuating bleeding, and it then goes CAB, BE. So CAB, so it's extenuating bleeding, circulation, then airway, then breathing, then jumps to disability, and then exposure or environment. So X, as you said, yeah, X is basically just looking for blood. You know, even if you don't know there's blood, you should still kind of, if you got trauma, they're probably down on the ground bleeding out. Do a blood sweep, and all that means is you're just basically feeling around their body and seeing if you find any blood.
Yep.
Obviously, if they're bleeding, stop it.
Tourniquets are
circulation.
Signal 100 is no longer in effect.
And then everything else is still the same. It's just a different order. Circulation is still the same. Airway is still the same. Breathing still the same. Disability is still the same. Even more so with a traumatic incident, because you know they might not be able to move all their digits. Which let's go over that. So, movement, disability. If they can't move all their limbs, that's usually a sign of a spinal issue. Unless it's normal for them. Again, you got to remember, people have different normals than what we have.
MS and stuff.
Exactly. So what you want to do is you want to make sure they can feel you touching their digits. So, you know, can they feel you touching the hands? Can they feel you squeezing their toes? You want to make sure they can move it. Can they move it up and down? Can they squeeze? For the hands, for the feet, can they kick? Can they push back against resistance? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then circulation. This is where circulation comes into play. Do they have pulses in each hand, or arm, I should say?
Is their hand turning black?
Exactly. Feet. There's actually pulses in the feet that you could feel.
Yeah, on the big vein
so,
on top,
do you feel that? No, it's at the bottom, kind of ish.
I thought you used the big vein on top.
You could use both. So it's kind of like in the middle. For me, it's in the middle. But again, it just depends on the person. The feet one's a little hard to find sometimes. Don't be too shocked if you don't find it right away. Sometimes you gotta stay and play a little bit with the feet.
That sounds so fucking weird.
Yeah, well, welcome to EMS. We do a lot of weird.
The feet.
Welcome to EMS, the one job where we can legally strip people.
Well.
So keep that in mind. EMS is strange for good reasons.
Can't they legally do?
Yeah, kind of. But we can legally strip people. They strip themselves. We can strip other people. And see them naked for free without trouble.
For free?
So keep that in mind. That's why EMS is so weird.
You got some perks
Anyway.
in EMS.
Anyway, once you have your XCBA DE done, God, that is such a fucking mouthful sometimes. Sorry, CAB DE. Then you need to go do a head to toe, and all that means is you're going from the head. You're checking for any deformities. You're checking for any injuries. You're checking their eyes. You're checking their ears to see if there's anything called battle signs. You can look that up if you really care enough to know what that is. You're checking their nose to make sure their nose ain't bleeding, especially if they need an airway. Because, you know, you're not going to put a nasal airway in a bleeding nose.
No, I don't think that's going to work.
You're checking their mouth to see if they have any issues like dislodged teeth that can block their airway.
Make sure
You're
those
checking their
spinal
chin.
fluid's not coming out of the nose, too.
There you go. Hey, you've done this a few times, haven't you? Same with the ears. Check the spinal fluid going out there, too.
Okay,
Check if there's brain matter. A lot of people forget that one. If there's brain matter, that person... No, but just in general. Like if you check in the head area.
Okay.
If you see brain matter, more than likely they're dead. But let a paramedic call that, okay?
Yeah, that's not
But
my
you can-
issue.
Exactly, but for the most part, you could probably guess they're dead, and you don't have to work so hard.
I think he's
And then
dead.
it's just
Can you come
basically
over
head
here?
to toe. So obviously, in game, we don't go individually. We don't say, "I check your head. Is there any injuries?"
Yeah.
Okay, no. I check your neck. Is there any injuries? No. You know, we don't do that. We just say, "Performs head to toe. What do I find?" But keep in mind, that's what a head to
User
toe
joined
is.
your
You're
channel.
going down each body part. The head's good. The neck's good. The back of the neck's good. The throat's good. The chest is okay. All the ribs are intact. The stomach, all 4 quadrants are good. Their arms are good. Their pelvis is good. Technically, you're supposed to check this in real life. The genitalia is good. Their legs are good.
User
Their
joined
back
your
is
channel.
good. Stuff like that, okay?
Well, if an EMS has to check me out, then they knows I don't have hair or ribs at the moment.
There you go.
Where's his ribs? Oh, I wasn't born with them.
Shit. Anyway, the only one we do individual from the head to toe is, for instance, if we have some concern that they have a spinal issue, we do generally roll them back and we say something along the lines like /me checks back any issues or something like that. That's the only one we really do individual, unless, you know, there's some big problem, then we check that individually, but that's later on. So that's your primary. You do a quick head to toe. If you find any problems with the A, B, C, D, E's, again, you pick up haul ass, poo-ha. If you don't, you stay and play, and it's just the same thing. You're doing vital signs, you're getting the OPQRST, you're getting the sample. Again, it's in a different order, though. You're in a traumatic incident. There's a lot of chances that, you know, the person could all of a sudden code on you or go unresponsive because they're losing blood or, you know, they've just gone through a horrific incident.
Yeah.
You need to get information before you get the vital signs, technically. So that would be your OPQRST and sample. It would usually be your sample first, because that tells you if they have any allergies, what medications they take, etc. Then your OPQRST, then your vital signs. And then you're doing the same thing where, you know, you do a secondary survey. That is, you know, hey, my arm hurts. Well, you're going to check that arm out now. Or, hey, you know, they have some chest instability. Well, you're going to check out the rest of the chest now. And then again, intervention with anything you haven't done yet, treatment, and transport. Any questions on the trauma part?
Nope.
Congratulations, that's the patient assessment's done. That took for fucking ever.
What's next?
Next up is transport protocols. So, don't transport every patient to the closest hospital. There's something called over triage.
Yeah.
This happens in real life a lot more than people realize, but a lot of EMS providers will just take the closest hospital because they're lazy or they're volunteers and they don't have the time, which that's a little more understandable versus lazy. If you got somebody that has a serious traumatic incident, for instance, where do you think we're transporting?
You want to bring them to Trauma 1 Center.
Where would that be in the state?
That would be, I'm guessing, Pillbox?
Correct. Do you know what our second choice is? If Pillbox is on diversion, or they say they're busy, or whatever, or we take too many already there.
Fuck, it's Mount, whatever the fuck.
Oh shit! I forgot that hospital exists.
That was
Yes,
the main
I will
hospital
actually.
I was used to for a while.
I will actually make it that, but technically it is Central Los Santos Medical Center,
Oh,
the
that
one in
one.
Davis.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about
I
that one.
might make it zone. I gotta look at the two hospitals and figure it out because they're really the same hospital.
Yeah.
I might just make a policy that says all city hospitals are able to do trauma, but our primary one is Pillbox.
Okay.
Polito is what we call a critical access hospital because it doesn't have a lot of facilities or staff.
Yeah.
It has that little tiny clinic thing. It's critical access because we need a patient there now. We're gonna go there. If we can hold off and transport to the city, we should transport to the city.
And if we don't have time to transfer to the city, but we need to transfer to the city, airlift.
Yeah, we'll go on that in a second. But, you know, you can send them to Polito and they can airlift from Polito, or they can ground transport, ground pound it to the city.
Yeah.
User joined your
Which
channel.
we do transfers. We just don't do a lot of them because, you know, there's not a lot of people role-playing that.
Yep.
And then how about Sandy Shores? What do you think about that one?
Trying to think which one, which hospital it is on this map. The city.
It's the, okay, so I'll just say it then if you don't know what it is. So Sandy Shores is kind of more of a urgent care walk-in type hospital.
Okay.
We're not going to try to send anything critical there, and if we do, we have to airlift it or ground pound it as soon as they're stabilized.
Yep.
And it does have a helipad, so we can ground pound it. We can airlift it straight from the hospital instead of, like, Polito. There's no helipad. Polito, we have to go somewhere and get a helicopter landed. Probably here at the station.
Yeah,
we'll
probably
land a helicopter.
right here. Yeah, that's the best spot.
Either that, or we'll go somewhere close to the beach area.
Yeah.
User left your channel.
Or even Roxwood. We might even go to Roxwood because that's closer than going to the city.
Which one?
It just depends on the day, depends on the pilot, etc.
Yep.
If you have a patient that's like walking and they have like very minimal complaints and you really don't know why you're transporting other than being a taxi, Sandy is what a lot of states are doing. They call it alternative destination. Sandy is our alternative destination for complaints like that. Like, oh, my leg pain's been going off since last week. Okay, you're not dying, you've got no major concerns, and I haven't found any life threats. I'm gonna take you to Sandy because they're more of an urgent care. They can handle you there. But again, just keep in mind that, you know, as you do your shift, if you stay on for like a couple of hours, try not to go to the same hospital for everybody. Try to spread out the love, especially if you get a hospital team. You never know. We might go statewide, and they might have different people in each hospital if we go that route, and if I can get people to go that route.
Yep. That would take a while for the city is bigger.
And last but not least, in the training manual, panic alerts. So, if you receive a panic button alert from any Leos, EMS is authorized to respond, regardless if they say, you know, respond or not. You need to stage away from the scene until they say you can respond and that the scene is safe.
Alright.
If they say respond and they don't say anything about the scene safe, ask them.
Alright.
If they say both, you know, respond, your scene's okay to enter, or they say EMS is clear to enter, you guys are clear to enter, whatever they say, you can just go straight in. That's pretty much it for the old manual. I'm gonna see if there's anything in the new manual that I sent out. There probably is. I just don't remember off the top of my head. Even though I wrote it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, well, you know, when you do a lot, you don't remember a lot.
I can't blame you.
Okay, yeah, it's a cheat sheet. So there is something in the announcements called the EMT BLS cheat sheet. It has a little more information on some of this stuff.
Alright.
So again, it has a little more information on the ambulance and stuff. It has a little more on the basic patient assessments and how to use stretchers and all that. EVOC. EVOC is something that should have gone over with Firefighter 1 and EMS, but we're going to do it in EMS because it's just easier. Right. EMS calls require lights and sirens. Not just lights, lights and sirens.
Okay.
You have to have the sirens on at all times, but clearing intersections, you should have a siren. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, my party people, how y'all doing today?
We're doing good. We're just doing a training real quick. Sorry, I'm normally a little more welcoming, but we gotta get this done for him if we can.
Oh, y'all go ahead.
And when we get back to service, you're more than welcome to come say hi.
Alright, appreciate you.
Okay. So rule number 2 is you have to stop at intersections that has a red light or any like stop sign, even in emergent mode. If not in emergent mode, which is lights and sirens, you should not exceed 15 miles per hour over the speed limit. Vehicles shall never exceed 85 miles per hour for any reason. Your medical care at the basic level and even at the ALS level is not going to save a patient's life. Sorry. Incorrect. God, see, I've done this for so long now. Your medical care will save their life, not how fast we get to the hospital.
Because if you
And
crash,
sometimes you get to the hospital. Exactly. And sometimes you get to the hospital too fast, you haven't completed everything, and the hospital's going to look at you like, are you dumb? Are you stupid?
Just wait outside the hospital until you're ready.
If you're backing up any vehicle, and this is EMS and fire, you should always have lights on, and you should blare like a warning sign or something like that at least twice. Ambulances should face away and near patients. So for instance, if my patient's right here, you flip the ambulance around, you're probably going to go just a little farther back than what this is. If they're right about here, this is fine.
Yeah.
But we don't want, you know, a patient that's all the way bumfuck over here if we have access to this patient.
Alright.
Obviously, sometimes we don't. If it's like an officer down, you know, officers might be parked in front of us. We have to go as close to the patient as we can get.
Yep.
You should keep, when driving, you should keep the vehicle on the leftmost lane of any road. And we do not like police escorts. A, they got other things they can do in the game. And B, in real life, that usually causes more accidents. Because if you got two emergency vehicles traveling, they see the first one, they don't realize it's the second one until it's too late.
That's actually happened to me while I've been driving. I see an ambulance and the fucking follower truck's behind it. I'm like, oh, where the fuck did you come from?
Yeah, I hate follow trucks for that reason. It's good for like getting to the scene fast before ambulance could, but it has so much wrong with it. So, that is the E-Box section. Any questions on that?
User left your channel.
AirMed. So, AirMed is obviously our life flight. We call it Angel 1. Angel 1 is your angel in the sky, basically.
Yep.
You can use as an EMT at your level. Up to ALS, we can call for life flight. We can call for Angel 1. Again, the rule of thumb is that you should place them on ground standby for unknown scenes. Like, oh, you have an MBA with possible ejection. You know, we don't have any information really, but it's a call that might need life flight. Get them on ground standby. That just means they're by their helicopter waiting for you. If you have, say, an officer down, you get on scene and they're not breathing easily, or they have like multiple trauma, and you decide a helicopter's good for them, but you're not ready to do the helicopter yet, ask for them on air standby. They'll get in the helicopter, they'll fly over to you, and they'll basically just run circles around you until you're ready to go.
Alright.
This is good for two reasons. Again, you have the helicopter right there, they can immediately land. Two is if any department has like a requirement for how many flight hours they should have or how many flight days they should have, they can count that as a flight. So it's a benefit to us, it's a benefit to them. In the manual, it does. In the cheat sheet, it does explain some of the reasons to call life flight, some of the criteria. I'm gonna go over some of them, just kind of give you an idea. But again, you can use the cheat sheet to take a look at the rest of it. So severe burns with or without compromise to the airway. Obviously, if there's an airway compromise because they got burned in the airway, that's a big major concern that yes, we need life flight.
Yeah.
But if they're burned like 60% of their body, life flight's gonna be better for them than this piece of crap ambulance.
Yeah, I think so.
If they have electrocution injury and they have like loss of consciousness, they're abnormally breathing, or ALS tech decides that hey, their EKG don't look so good, they need immediate cardiac assistance, not us. Yeah. High-speed MBAs, you know, like 100 plus, from let's say a pursuit, and they ejected from the vehicle, or there's intrusion into the vehicle. Do you know what intrusion means?
Something poking into the vehicle.
Bingo. So, you know, that could be the door frame poked into the vehicle a little bit more. You know, that should be life flight. If we get a medical team ever in the server, and you call them, let them know what's going on, and that, hey, you know,
User
we're
joined
going to
your
come and
channel.
ground ambulance here in a little bit, and they tell you, no, we want that life flighted, obviously you're going to call life flight, because the doctor trumps you in that situation.
Yep.
And one that people do not remember, one that is only just getting recognized nationwide, life flight carries blood and blood products.
Oh.
So if somebody's severely bleeding and you think they've lost a lot of blood, life flight is going to be your best bet. Exactly.
I didn't know that.
While you are caring for the patient, other fire units or law enforcement should create the landing zone. We already kind of went over in Firefighter 1 how big that should be, how you should set it up, so we're not going to go over that.
Flares of cones.
Exactly. If life flights come in, obviously, you know, as they get to the scene, you should give them an update on what's going on, especially if they're a full service crew, like they have a flight medic on board.
Yeah.
You know, you should give them what level you are, BLS, ALS. When the incident started, so they know how long it's been going on for. You know, hey, this person's had an MBA where, you know, this has been going on 30 minutes now. We're still extricating, so we're still expecting another 30 more minutes delay. Obviously, that's just a real life thing. We're not going to do 30 minutes on a game. Medications given to the patient. What have you given to the patient? What's happened with the patient? Stuff like that. A brief reason why you called them. So, you know, I called you guys because we had an ejection with open skull fracture and major blood loss. And you should give them the landing zone information. So let's say landing zone's in the middle of the street here. So your landing zone's going to be the intersection with the flares and cones. It's going to be the intersection of Pluto Boulevard and I don't know what street that is off the top of my head. I believe it's not Procopio Drive. That's Procopio Drive. Yes. So, you know, intersection of Pluto Boulevard, Procopio Drive, traffic stop. You've got light posts. You got electrical posts around you. You've got the street lights, and you've got light poles near you. So just keep that in mind. Clear those obstacles. That's how you should handle life flight. Now, if you have a life flight without any medical professionals, so paramedic plus, that's usually an LEO agency. We should have a paramedic with them, or we should have another flight paramedic with them. If not, you can take. You need to go with the patient to the hospital if we don't have a paramedic available. Any questions on life flight?
No. Actually, yes, I do. Is there any other certifications you need to do for that? Life flight?
Yeah. So first thing you need to do is get your ALS.
Okay.
Which, again, after this, if you want to go for your ALS, I just need to do ride time with you. I need to see like 5+ calls. I need to see what you can do at the ALS level. We don't have a training yet. I'm working on it. It's a bitch to do because ALS is a lot of knowledge. A lot of knowledge. Well, no, because it's a lot of real-world knowledge, and that's the problem. Is I'm an ALS tech now. I'm what we call an ILS. I'm an intermediate life support. But I'm also ALS.
You know all this stuff, but you also have to put it in a way that you can train people for it.
Exactly. And that's hard to do at
Yeah.
any level. Like, I couldn't do a medical team. If I had to manage the medical team instead of just create it, I would be in trouble. So, yeah, there is a separate certificate. There's going to be. It's just going to take some time to implement it. Patient refusals. What's wrong with patient refusals?
Cause they don't know what's best.
Incorrect. So we are going to have a court system one day in BBIP. Again, same thing like the medical team. We got to work on it.
Yep.
They are a nightmare in the litigation field. Because think of it this way. If you sign off a refusal on somebody and you don't follow any proper steps and you just sign them off because you don't give a shit, then 2 hours later they're calling the same ambulance because, oh, crap's going down. You know, you're going to get sued.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, you're gonna get sued. So this is our policy on refusals.
He just hopped in on it.
Yeah, that's probably a fire call. I don't have the radio on right now.
Yeah, neither do I.
And I didn't call me in service. That's why I had you call out of service. Always assess for decision-making capacity. That is basically their mental status. Do they know who they are? Do they know what time? You know, we already went over that stuff. But, is it also, are they aware that they are refusing transport? Are they aware that, you know, if they refuse transport, they might die or they might have this issue happen? are they aware that they can call 911 again? They can call 911 back or go to the hospital themselves without us. And make sure that the patient is not in law enforcement or parental custody. If they have none of those issues, then they can sign off. If they have an issue with any of those, you continue transport, and if they still refuse, call law enforcement. Law enforcement will help you keep the patient under custody.
Handcuffed him to the grave.
Now, here's the procedure for this. Obviously, you're going to document on the patient care report that, you know, they refuse transport, yada, yada, yada. Whenever possible, you should have a witness to the refusal. So document in your report, because we don't have like signatures or anything. We can't have them do signatures. But you can document their name, their title. So, you know, Billy Bob, State Trooper from San Andreas State Troopers. Always document a witness somewhere. Any questions on refusals?
Nope.
2 more things, and then we're done with the boring crap, okay? Documentation. It's boring, it sucks, but we need documentation. 1, it tells me what you're capable of. 2, it tells me what I need to train people on. 3, we can say how many calls SAES actually takes. And 4, we can research new ideas. I can implement new options for an EMS. So, do you know how to do documentation?
Yeah.
Yep, so please, please, please do that.
Do
you don't have to do it for
that
every
for
single...
calls?
You should too, yes.
Okay.
Try to do it for every single call you go to, unless, you know, you don't have all the information or somebody code zeros or whatever. If you fully transported somebody, you know, you don't even have to get it on scene. You can literally, at the hospital, do the /me gets nursing, you know, information on patient, which would include demographics. Or, you know, if they're conscious and breathing, you can, at the hospital, RP that they're signing information for you. They're signing consent, yada yada, and you're going to ask them for their name, their date of birth, etc.
Right.
So there's no point that you should be saying, if you transported somebody, I don't have their information. Well, why didn't you get it? Do you know how to do a narrative?
No.
Do you want to learn how to do a narrative so you don't sound stupid?
Well, Hades already knows I sound stupid in the first place, so...
Okay, well, we're going to do this. So, there is a method that a lot of EMS use called the SOAP method when they do a narrative. Right. That is subjective, objective, assessment, and the plan. Subjective is what the patient tells you or what others tell you. So, for instance, my stomach hurts and I feel like I'm going to puke all over you. Objective is patients laying in bed with their arms guarding stomach and they look pale. Assessment is blood pressure, respiratory rate elevated, pain's a 10 out of 10, feels like a stabbing sensation with major discomfort, patient unable to say where the pain is located. Your plan, this one's a little harder, your plan is the treatments or meds you gave them, and your transport decision. So, you know, we place them on oxygen. They were placed on a position of comfort on the stretcher, which is however they want to be placed. And they were transported to Central Los Santos Medical Center, non-emergent. That is a SOAP. If you want to see a full narrative, which does not have to be as long as the one I have in the EMT cheat sheet, you can. It's there. Any questions on that?
No.
Last but not least, I promise it's the last thing, medications. We already went over oxygen, so we're going to skip that. However, there is another form. I told you there was a 4th thing for oxygen. Yep. It's called a nebulizer.
There's another thing that just puts, like,
No. Nebulizer is a medication that is basically aerosolized into a liquid. Or, sorry, into a gas. So albuterol, for instance. You know how you have your albuterol inhalers, the rescue inhalers?
Yeah.
That's a way for us to get... It's basically the same thing, but it's a faster way for us to get it into your system.
Okay.
Your inhale is pretty fast, but that will go almost instantaneously. It's basically, again, you put the medicine in the nebulizer and it aerosolizes, which means makes into gas into your lungs when you breathe. You should only give this if a patient's having difficulty breathing, with wheezing, they have shortness of breath, they're coughing, or they're presenting with some sort of chest tightness. Well, they come in capsules, so you just break it and you place it in the nab. If there is no improvement when you reassess it after you give them the nab, wait 5 minutes and you can do another nab, up to 3. That's not in the list, but up to 3. No, but albuterol does have a, for instance, that's the only one you can do. I can do something called duonab. That's the same thing with like another medication added on top.
Oh.
We're not going to go into that. That's the whole thing I'm not going to go into with you. But albuterol does have an option to raise the heart rate. It makes them a little more anxious. It makes them a little jittery.
Alright.
So more than 3 could be dangerous.
Sounds it.
Obviously, we have EpiPens. We only do EpiPens. We don't do the check and inject. I am going to work on that. Do you know what I mean by check and inject?
No fucking clue.
It's a syringe. So we do, we drop the medication and we give it to them. Right now, we just do the EpiPen. They have an EpiPen, you give it to them. They don't have an EpiPen, we don't give them anything. You gotta call ALS. Ow.
Yeah, my fat finger likes to slip.
All good. This is only for anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
Shock is when 2 or more systems are involved. So, you're not gonna give it to them because their skin has hives or they're itching.
Like respiratory and heart.
Bingo. Do not also give it if they have a low pulse, because it will bottom their pulse a little bit.
And kill them.
We already went over continuous positive airway pressure, so we don't have to worry about that. Oral glucose. Do you know when to use that?
You give insulin when the blood sugar is low and. Wait, no, it's when it's high. Right?
We don't do insulin in EMS.
Okay.
Insulin's a tricky one. Insulin requires blood work to get the balance right, because insulin is a balance game.
Okay.
If they've taken their insulin and they have a diabetic emergency, more than likely their insulin's not correct. They need to go to the hospital. They need the medical professionals there to balance their insulin again.
Okay.
Oral glucose is for low blood sugar. So they're below 45, for instance. You give that to them if they're alert and oriented and they can support their own airway.
Yeah.
That's basically a paste, like toothpaste. It's flavored. It's not toothpaste, but it's flavored paste. Usually it's like strawberry or grape.
As long
goes
as
under
it
their tongue.
tastes like that stuff for the fucking MRI contrast. As long as it
Probably
tastes
does, for all I know. I haven't tried it, and I'm not going to try it ever. Somebody keeps daring me to do it, and it's like, nope, I'm good.
Do it!
That will raise their blood sugar a little bit. What I recommend, though, is if you're like at a house or, they're near a store or something, buy them a juice, buy them a sandwich. That's the best way to raise the blood sugar.
You could also just in Roleplay pack some snacks in the ambulance for people who need it, right?
Yeah, but ambulances don't carry snacks because they expire way too fast.
Fair.
So just do the oral glucose, or if you have the option, sugar in a sandwich or some sort of like sweet snack.
I'll just carry a bag of pure sugar.
Don't do that. That will kill them probably.
Just fucking OD on sugar.
Aspirin. Aspirin is our first line cardiac med. What does that mean? First line cardiac med.
It's what you give first instead of anything else.
Bingo. What does aspirin do?
It's a pain fucking thing. Makes the pain go away.
Okay, but what else? We don't do it for pain. What else can we use it for?
Doesn't it help reduce temperature and stuff, like their fevers and all that stuff? Or am I thinking
Yep,
of
we don't do that either.
I don't fucking know.
Well, we do, just at the ALS level. Chest pain.
Oh.
First line cardiac med. Chest pain.
Okay.
So you give them 4 pills usually, because usually it's in 81 milligrams for a dosage.
Damn, those are small.
You give them 4 of those pills and they chew it. If they have, say for instance, a myocardial infarction, which is just oxygen depleted from the heart, that usually helps. If that don't, we have a second line med. However, this is only if they are prescribed it. Nitroglycerin.
Oh, that shit cool.
It does. You only give them 1 pill every 5 minutes, up to 3 times. And yes, if you give them more than that, they can actually die.
Oh.
Do not administer this. Obviously, they don't have a prescription. If they're allergic. If they have it with them. If they don't have it with them, sorry. and do not administer if their top number for a blood pressure is lower than 110.
Right.
Nitro drops blood pressure. Like, it will go from, say, let's give it at 108, it will go down to 86.
God damn.
And it will go down fast. It will drop.
It will kill
drastically.
you, basically.
Exactly. Well, it won't kill you. But, you know, if you give it to somebody that's like 100, that might drop them down to 50s or 60s.
Yeah, that could be dangerous.
So that is it for meds. Any questions on the meds?
Negative.
I'm not going to go over every supply in the ambulance. That's stuff that you can kind of learn on your own with real life. You know, you got backboards, you got stair chairs, you got all that. So we're not worried about that. What we are worried about is the fun stuff. Emotes. Stuff to learn that, you know, you use on scenes. So first off is some emotes.
I wish the emote menu was a bit better.
Yeah, well, you can also just type them out. So some of them are easy. So for instance, you have /E CPR for when you're doing CPR.
Isn't there 2 versions of
Don't.
it?
Yes. So if you're doing it on an AI, so come over here. I'm gonna go somewhere open. I'm gonna kill myself, and you're gonna do CPR on me.
Alright.
Do it the way you know, and tell me what key you pressed after that, okay?
Wait, which key to... Huh?
Go ahead, do CPR. Tell me what key you pressed. What muscle did you just flex when you do it?
E.
There you go. Hit E then.
Okay. This is the basic reviving EMS CPR one night. That's what that does. Oh, victim is dead.
Yep. Yeah, well, you know. Now let's go
You
over.
win some, you lose some.
Let's find an AI.
So we have to murk someone?
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, hell yeah.
Welcome to training.
Out of the car.
Oh, I don't like them.
We'll kill both of them.
Fuck you, cabroncito.
She
Mine
dead.
went down fast.
I didn't hit that with 2 hits.
Okay, so do that one with E.
You can't. Wait, you can?
Yeah, you can do it with AI.
I didn't know. Oh, I'm touching his fucking...
Yeah, I'll teach you something here in a second, but there you go. That's E.
What the fuck?
That's not E. That's O. Did you hit O?
No, I clicked E.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, so don't do E again. You can cancel. Hit X.
Why is
Okay, never mind. I guess you have to do it. Don't hit E again when you're done.
A pad menu opened up when I did it. The victim is
That's
dead.
Fine. Now go over here and hit O instead. Plus your O key.
Alright. That body cam turned on.
Stupid.
That's fine.
Oh.
Oh, goddammit, your body cam screwed it up. Are you doing it on your end?
Yeah, it's working on my end. I'm flattening her out and everything. And
yeah, we can't see it on our end. That's the only issue with this, but it's a lot more realistic for your side.
Oh, shit.
Oh, hello,
yeah,
Fly.
That is
I guess
actually,
you want to die.
It actually, she moves and everything too with it.
Yep.
That's
So use that one more.
Okay.
It looks goofier on our end, but it's better for you. We'd rather it be better for you.
Yeah.
So we can let these people go. I'll do it myself.
By let them go, you mean send them to Jesus?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I'll get rid of the car.
User joined your channel.
Server management, clean up area.
Bodies.
Pets 10, deep clean, good. Okay. Back over here we go.
Tackle my holes.
So those are your 3 CPRs. So obviously we do /E CPR when we want to work like a code.
Yep.
Because you know the E one doesn't last for long.
Yeah.
D and O are your 2 CPR options. We prefer O now, and there's going to be a mini game attached to that. So it's not just pressing a button. You actually have to like hit certain keys, so that way it's a little more intuitive when it comes to AI.
Oh, I'm gonna mess that up.
That's fine. That's it's kind of the point. It's to give a little more activity than just, oh, I pressed a button, they're dead. Oh well, goodbye.
Bye.
Med bag. Med bag is, if I can get it popped up. That was stupid.
I think it's
Come on.
actually med bag, isn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
That will pop up a med bag. There is a medical box. We don't use that. That's old fashioned.
Well, /med box, I'm guessing it is.
Yeah, probably. Yep. I guess if you really want to, you could use that for like severe trauma stuff or something.
It's a human organ transport box.
Yeah, well, we don't do that often, so there we go.
Can I transport my
Panic
brain?
unit, BC41.
Now, let's cheat you about some things. So do
153
you
Great
want to know
Ocean
just the
Highway.
AED, or do you want to know
Signal
the EKG too?
100 is now in effect.
Probably both would be the best idea to land, if you have time.
Okay. So come up to here. Come up to the rear of this vehicle.
Yep.
Any vehicle. That's law enforcement or EMS. Oh, I guess they're taking this. Never mind.
To the back of the. Oh.
There was. Can I use this?
Yep, go ahead. Go use it.
Thank you.
Let's use the back of the fire truck.
Yeah, we can do it from the back of a fire truck. So, do /AED.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna kill myself again.
Okay. That's
Now,
not
the
healthy.
issue with the AED, and I'm gonna be honest, is it's blocked by the 5 PD CPR, which is E. We can't get rid of that. That's an integral part of
Yeah.
5 PD. So it's gonna look stupid when you do it, but come up to me and hit, I believe, E. It should just be E. Yep. As you can see, you're doing the whole CPR thing. Just let it play out.
Oh, I don't even see the CPR animation.
Oh, maybe they fixed it. Maybe we did find a way. Okay. Now, hit K.
Staying clear, analyzing. It might be because I was already close to you. Subject is
Nope.
not stalkable. Please try again.
No, maybe it was because I wasn't too close. Who knows? But yeah, go ahead and do it again.
Shock patient. Right?
Did you cancel it?
No.
It didn't do it on my end.
I know. Should I click it?
Yeah, click it.
Okay.
And I'm shocked. Now, and it will tell me I've been shocked. So it tells me 3 things right there. I was being analyzed twice, and told me that I had been shocked, in case I couldn't hear it for some goddamn reason. Now, hit E and get rid of it. So go back to the back of the vehicle and do /AED again. You have to do this because these are not easy props to remove. You can't just do /FDO, which is 5PD delete object. That's what FDV is also, 5PD delete vehicle.
Okay.
And then there's also FDP, 5PD delete ped. If you don't do that, you don't get rid of the AED that way, it stays on scene until a staff member can get to it and do a cleanup area. That's the only way I will get rid of it.
Oh, Lord.
Now, I'm going to kill you and show you the other side of this.
Okay. I can just kill myself.
Because it's kind of, it's cool. Too late.
Oh, I wanted to kill myself.
Sucks to be you.
It does.
we're gonna take our sweet time. You don't have to do both options, but you're gonna see the options you have. I'm gonna see if I can do this without hitting CPR. Oh yeah, you can just do that. Look at that.
Oh, they fixed it.
Okay, yeah, just don't get close to the person.
Okay. Just put the AED up my ass. Oh, I pick if I should advise it or not advise it.
Exactly. I don't want to shock. I'm gonna shock. Sucks to be you. And then we hit E and we get rid of it. Okay, you can go ahead and revive now.
I don't want to shock. Oh, fuck it.
So that is the AED. When you are doing the AED, obviously RP out, like, you know, you're removing somebody's vest and shirt before you attach the electrodes, yada yada.
Yeah.
And for the love of God, please don't do it if it's raining or, you know, if they have if they're in water.
Yes, I electrocute the whole body while at it.
I will kill you if you do that. Like, I will legit kill you. You will never be an SAES ever again. I legit hate that. Now, that was the AED. The EKG's even cooler, and it's by the same person. That's why it's so cool.
So how do we get that out?
You can go to any fire vehicle, and I do mean any, and you just do /ECG.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to do it on you, and you're gonna have to do it on me, because I forget how the menu works sometimes. So come up to me.
So put it away. Oh, okay.
And hit K.
Pick you.
Yep.
Okay.
It drops your ECG.
Uh-huh.
As you can see, it has me selected, obviously. So hit E.
Fancy
You
menu.
get a whole menu. Give me a second, because, again, I gotta have the menu up so I can follow along.
Yep.
not all these options work, and I will go over what each option does. So minimize will obviously close it down. On doesn't do things. Energy select and charge is for manual mode. You are a basic unit. You don't touch that damn thing. Even as ALS, I don't touch it a lot. I will use that for like cardioversion if somebody's heart rate is super fast.
Okay.
Or, you know, there's some weird pacemaker thing going on. I gotta pace the pacemaker. That's where I would use that. That's nothing to do with you.
Yep.
Don't touch any of that, except for the big red button you see there.
Yeah.
Don't touch it yet. I'll go over it.
I won't chalk you yet.
We don't do anything with pacer. That doesn't do crap. We don't do anything with rate. That doesn't do crap. We don't do current or pause. That don't do crap. The little sun icon doesn't do anything, and the speed dial doesn't do anything.
Okay.
The other side of this, CPR does do something. This will start the CPR metronome. If you click it, you hear that?
I don't hear anything. Oh, you have to pick something?
Hit CPR.
Well, I picked CPR, then I see adult, no airway, and all that stuff.
You don't hear it on your end?
No.
Hit it again.
Nah, my audio's been messed up in the server anyway.
Okay, that might be it then. You're supposed to hear a metronome, and it goes doop, 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 doop. You know, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it's like the compression rate thing that
Yep,
EMS
and you will
does.
also hear it say 3, 2, 1, and ventilate.
Yeah.
Ventilate. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Why is yours fucked? Okay, whatever. We don't do anything with youth. We don't have kids in the server.
Thank God.
But we do adult airway and no airway. And you can click these, and it does record somewhere. I'll cheat you with that records in a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you have no airway, hit the adult no airway. If you have an airway, hit the adult airway. Simple solve.
Yep.
And it will not stop until you hit
Stop.
Stop metronome. Analyze is the same thing as the AED. So go ahead and hit analyze.
Analyzing now. Stand clear.
Instead of the 2 options, I have 3 options, motherfucker.
Oh, fancy.
Apparently I have no options. I can't even click it. We'll do... Dude, I legit can't click it. There we go. Now I can click it.
It's why, 'cause you've AD.
We'll do this one.
Oh, my finger slipped. I clicked it again. Fuck.
God damn it, I'm gonna smack you.
How do I connect the electrodes?
It's an RP thing. You just...
Okay.
So I hit a button that said that hair was blocking it or that it wasn't connected.
Okay, so I
hit it again.
Analyze.
Yep.
Analyzing. No shock advised.
Same thing as the AED.
Can I
So go
shock
ahead and do
you
it one more
anyway?
time. No, you cannot.
Does it work?
Not under automatic mode. Manual mode, yes. But
Okay.
again, you don't touch that.
I won't touch you. Shock advised, charging 200 joules. Did I click the big red button when it's charged?
Yep, but make sure everybody's clear.
Clear. I know no one else.
And it's going to do the CPR metronome.
Start CPR for a minute 45.
Do you hear that one?
No.
What's fucking wrong with yours? Okay, whatever.
The lighting doesn't work for me either, so, you know.
Fair enough. Now, and you see, so we can't do anything with lead. We can't do anything with size. That'd be cool. That would mean I could do cardiac monitoring, but we can't.
Alright.
Do me a favor. Go to CPR.
Yeah.
And hit stop metronome. There we go. I cannot hear it anymore. God damn it. Hit. There you go. Thank you.
I can't hear it, so it's not my issue.
NIBP. Hit that.
How do I get rid of the AED mode?
How do you get rid of the AED mode?
It's just on my thing. It's the start CPR.
Oh, hit
thing.
home screen. Hit the home button down
Okay,
below.
there we go. Now click.
Oh god, hold up 1 second. This will let me put in vitals. Watch this. And there's preset vitals too, so you're not gonna have people that are like stupid, don't know how to do a cardiac arrest. They can legit do they could do bad vent cardiac arrest, which means, you know, they're not getting any ventilation at all.
Alright.
Please tell me you hear that one.
Nope. I see the
motherfucker. I wonder if I need to restart the thing. We're not gonna restart it now, but we're gonna get rid of it.
It's probably some me issue. Don't worry about it.
You can't get rid of that. It's gonna go off a little bit. But there's a noise that, you know, goes beep.
-4?
I flatline. What you can do though is you can hit alarms, and that will silence the alarm.
Okay.
Again, you can't hear it. So if you see somebody that is dying, their pulse is nothing.
Or the
If
negative.
you see like the flashing bell icon, did you see the flashing bells?
I see that.
If you see that, just hit alarms if you can't hear it.
Alright.
Options you can actually do. Only one of those you can do though. If you hit it, you can only do the patient. Inpatient, you're gonna see the stuff of, you can put their last name in, you can put their first name, you can do their age, you can do their sex. This does record, by the way. Again, I will teach you where.
Yeah, it's on the code summary, if I'm correct, right?
And you know how? Okay, yeah, I'll teach you in I'll show you in a second though.
Foxy went
you
over
can
this a little bit.
The blood glucose and temperature, you can't do anything with.
Okay.
That's automatic. That's through the NIBP. I do that.
Okay.
So you can exit out of options by either hitting options. That will get you back to the main menu, which again, none of these other things work, sadly. They will eventually, well, they were supposed to work eventually. I think the mod creator's gone for life now.
Oh, damn.
But to get completely rid of it, you just hit home screen.
Yep.
Event reports.
Signal 100
And this is
no
one of
longer
those,
in
you
effect.
just fill out what you need. So generic would be anything that doesn't, make sense from the list. Eye gel is an airway. I will tell you if you need to hit that or not. Oxygen, obviously. CPR in progress, obviously. IO is intraosseous access. That's drilling through somebody's bone marrow.
Ah, fun. I should hopefully never have to do that.
You might have to sometimes. You won't need to as a basic. That's an ALS skill.
Yeah.
IV access is also an ALS skill. Adrenaline is
ALS.
epi.
Right.
No, that's epi.
Oh, that's epi. Adrenaline's just epi? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can do that if you're doing an EpiPen, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Atropine, we don't ever do, probably. That's the WMD thing. RASC is return to spontaneous circulation. You might do that one.
I should never have to
Morphine
touch
is pain. You don't touch that.
That's a big boy drug.
Antipation, you don't touch either.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the far left side? Let's say left side.
Yeah.
Because that's technically the right side, but eh.
Well, on
so
what
12 lead doesn't work. Transmit does not work.
Code summary does.
Summary.
And you copy all
look at
this
it.
stuff and put it in your report.
Bingo. There was supposed to be a long time ago a way to download this. You see the little icon by the minus sign? It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Sadly. It was the first two originally, but they kind of gave up on that.
That's sad.
So as you can see, there's stuff like CPR in progress, there's the airway, adult airway, no CPR. Any events you put in will be there. Vital signs will obviously record, I think it's every 2 minutes. 1 or 2 minutes, give or take.
Alright.
Et cetera, et cetera.
Your heart rate
Again,
went from 233 to 0.
Pretty much, yeah. It was just for testing. But if you go into Snore and CAD and you go under EMS reports, yada yada yada. We go to records. We do a new patient report. If you scroll all the way down, there's a place to put pictures and images. Guess what you can do? Screenshot that and put it in there.
Alright.
And that's pretty much it for the EKG. Any questions on the EKG?
No.
Okay. To get rid of it, same deal. You hit K, and you have to do the /EKG. It's just like the AED. It will be a bitch to get rid of.
User disconnected from your channel.
Okay, we're done with the medical toys part of the side. Now we go to the ambulance.
Which we don't have.
Actually, I kind of walked you over the ambulance, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Okay, we're good then.
So I got my cert?
That is it for your EMT. I'm sorry it took so long. It takes a long time.
Only took
But
an hour.
it should have been informative, and if it was informative, if you had knowledge, there should be stuff in there that you learned that wasn't part of normal knowledge.
Yep.
So any questions, any comments, any concerns, any fuck yous, any you're a piece of shit, anything like that?
Fuck you just for the shit and giggles.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else?
Is there any other firefighter sets?
There is not currently.
Okay.
One day there's going to be a firefighter 2. And I can't speak about what's in the future, but there are going to be extra certs to do more specialty things.
Right. Well, yeah, hazmat shit.
Yeah, I could actually talk about it. We're going to eventually have, like, classes on high-angle rope rescue, vehicle extrication, hazmat, trench rescue, stuff like that.
Excuse me, what? Trench rescue? Huh?
Trench rescue just means, it doesn't mean a trench. It means like you're stuck in a hole.
Okay.
or you're gonna be in a place that's about to collapse. Not a building, but like a hole that's about to collapse, a hill that's about to collapse, etc.
Alright, so like the mine shafts if we ever there for some reason.
Bingo, you got it. So, that's it. You're done.
I have another search.
Do me a favor. In the Discord.
Roll request.
Just like you did for the Firefighter 1. Well, no, you didn't do it for the Firefighter 1. Go to roll request. Follow the format and put that you need your EMT.
Okay.
And once I have a moment, I will assign you it. Otherwise, at this point in time, you're a Firefighter EMT. I will announce a promotion here shortly for you and somebody else. But for all intents and purposes, you are a Firefighter EMT. You are more than welcome to drive whatever you want.
So I just have to
Again, realistically, it's going to be the ambulance or the engine for the most part. If we start getting, like a fully staffed department, then we'll start figuring out what you can drive, and you can drive everything from the ladders to the engines to etc.
Yeah. I love the tanker. The tanker's my favorite.
Well, there you go. So, you all set? I'm going to go ahead and leave you be, and I'm going to talk to Miles, because I'm probably going to do his ride time now. He's going to ALS, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, we'll see. So, I'm all done. You're good to go.
Good. And roll requested.
Enjoy freedom.
Freedom, we don't gonna need that.
Well, somewhat freedom. Alright, bye.
Fair enough.
Okay, Miles, I'm clear.
Welcome to the cum zone.
Okay.
So, do you still want to do some ride time so we can get that started? Done, maybe?
Yeah, let me just double check.
Let me see if Sarpa training's done.
58, 9,
Sarpa's
19, 10, 8.
Dealt with, I think, and I'm calmer about that.
Good.
The only thing is, might deal with an IRL thing when my guardian gets home and reads the text I sent them.
Okay, well, that's doable. So, I just need to see 5 to 6 calls on you, and I do want you to document those calls too, so I can go back and review them. How this is going to work, I think I kind of explained it, is you are the paramedic in charge. You tell me what's happening. You are in charge of that patient, not me. I am an EMT. I am a helper. Unless we go to a scene where it's like a multi-casualty incident, and there's like 4 or 5 people down on the ground, I don't do anything at the ALS level.
Okay.
It's all you, bud. You're not gonna fail this too bad again.
County 31 dispatch.
Something stupid. I don't do it.
County 31.
As
You
long
help me
as
back
you know
10-8, sir.
some ALS knowledge,
Copy.
I'm okay. I don't need you to be God paramedic for the server. I just need you to be. Can you put an IV in somebody? Do you know when to put an IV in somebody? Do you know when to give this med? Yada
I did
yada.
that.
I believe in you.
You better not. I'll kick your butt if you have. Well, so you are technically ALS certified because of being an officer. But I think you want to do it legit, and I want to work with you in making this legit.
Yeah.
So that's what
I
we're
mean,
gonna do.
you showed me how to do it that one time, and I did it, and then you could get me in trouble for it if you want to. But on another scene, I was like to Dallas.
Nope.
There's no way I'm gonna punish somebody in
I was
for that.
like to Dallas on the rollover scene where the
Cover that for them.
Bearcat rolled over into the thing.
User joined your channel.
Hold on.
User joined your channel.
Sorry, I had someone in my ear. I was like, hey, I'm not a paramedic, just so you know. But Eric has showed me how to start an IV. Can I start one? And he said yes.
Well, I think Dallas actually has ALS knowledge. Don't quote me. Don't 100% quote me on that, but we're gonna pretend it's not anything big, so don't worry about it. Housewarming party. Oh, bad timing.
Hey, we should go.
I told people it was gonna rain again. People not listening to me.
Hey, we should go to his housewarming. Bring the whole department.
Oh, it's Josh. It's not a big deal. Okay.
Okay.
So again, I am the EMT partner. tell me what to do. I might do some BOS skills on my own, only with your permission though.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm not doing IVs, I'm not giving a med unless it's a BLS med and you tell me to give it. I'm not assessing the patient. I might go and get information for you, but it's your patient, your care. And I'm obviously going to drive the ambulance, so that way you don't have to worry about that on top of trying to pass this. Any questions?
No, let me just pull up the document in my other eyes so that I can refer to it if it's a...
As I said in my announcements, and as I said when we kind of explained a little bit of this, you are allowed to reference that. Obviously, I don't want you in the middle of a call going, hey, let me pull this up real quick.
Yeah.
But, because I'm driving, you should have enough time to, like, go over that protocol that you think it is, and go, okay, I got this. And, again, this is not realistic. I don't need exact dosages. I don't need exact med names. I just need, you know, I give fentanyl for pain control. Or I do a bag of saline. Stuff like that. You don't have to do the 500 milliliters. You don't have to do a liter.
County
You don't
31
have to do
dispatch.
that, okay?
Okay.
You don't have to get the needle.
County
You just
31.
have to say, I try to get IV access.
You help me 10-7.
Copy, sure, need 10-7.
Okay, now I should ask any questions.
No, I have...
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm calling this out. We are going to be, obviously, in Medic 2.
For sure.
Do we have a stretcher in Medic 2 yet?
Eric, what's the poncho? Am I able to use the poncho?
What's up?
Am I able to use the poncho you're wearing?
Right now, any uniform is open.
Alright, I'm gonna find the poncho.
Me and Hades will get together here eventually once he feels like comfortable doing it. Comfortable? Once he's okay doing it, we're gonna get together and figure out optional uniforms like this. Or like what Miles has on, technically is not allowed in the old SOP.
Alright. It looks better than anything else, though.
It does. Well, I like my station wear too.
I'm
That's
here.
kind of fire and EMS kind of.
Your voice box isn't working.
It is. It's just got to be in a certain spot.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
you have to have your head not outside the fire department.
Miles? Frank, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I got you, fine.
County 31 dispatch.
County 31.
I heard
Can you
shots
hear me,
over here by
Miles?
061. Get a couple of units
Hello?
in the area. I'm still gonna be 10-7.
Copy, to confirm you hear shots 061.
Yes.
Temple.
It's a Miles
Copy,
issue.
I'll
It's
send
not
the
a
unit
you
to after
issue.
061.
No, it's an interior.
No, I think it's an issue.
It's the interior. It just does that.
No. Now time to customize this.
Dispatch to County 41 and 3206.
Go ahead. 3206.
Hey, can I get you now 061 for shots being heard by County 31 to investigate?
User left your channel.
Copy, loud and clear.
Copy.
Thirty 206 dispatch.
We're at 3206.
Show me 1023.
Copy.
County 41 San Francisco.
It can be
Copy, mark and vote for yes, Jennifer.
Back to you, San Andreas.
Go ahead.
Medic 2, myself, and give me 1 second.
5852.
There we go. 5852 are going to be staffing Medic 2. We're going to be training mode for ALS. Give us any ALS call you got.
Copy, sir. 5852. Can I put you back 10-8 so I can add you to the group?
Affirm.
Copy.
User disconnected from your channel.
I'm a highlighter.
Okay, yeah, that works too. You can do that one.
5852.
Here's what we're gonna do. Obviously, we're gonna run medic.
Go ahead.
If you want, and there's a medical call, you're more than welcome
I'll
to
be
hop in the ambulance
1041,
with us.
10871 for assist.
Or you can hop in just one of the fire trucks.
Yeah, I'll probably just take the tanker.
Okay, fair enough.
I love the tanker.
Dispatch
I love how it
to
drives and everything.
fire.
Go for station 58.
Be advised, we had a 911 call of a train yard transformer fire at postal 059.
Received. That's gonna pretty much be right down the road from us. Go ahead and show medic 2 and tanker 1 responding.
10-4.
You guys go first.
3206
I'll follow.
dispatch.
I don't know where.
Go ahead.
6059.
Show me myself in 3450 searching the perimeter of 061 and 062.
Copy to confirm 450 is attached to the
Where the
call.
fuck's 059?
Affirm.
Behind us.
Oh, alright, I'll figure it out.
Copy.
County 61 dispatch.
Go ahead, County System.
County 61 will be 10-8, 1041, active 71 BCST, and standby SRT.
Copy.
Thank you, Michael.
Go fire truck.
Medic 2 and tanker 1 is gonna be on scene. Also, do we have fire control able to go with us to the SAS channel so we can clear this?
10-4.
Received. I'm gonna have all units swap over to SAS channel for fire.
County 41 dispatch.
Frank, did you hear that on the radio?
No.
When we finish this fire, we're gonna go ahead and swap over to the SAS channel. So we're separate from Leo.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fucking. I should take
You good?
What the?
Well, that's a new one.
What the fuck? Where's my truck?
I'm gonna clear props. We'll go ahead, spawn a new truck.
Okay.
That's yeah, that's new.
You might want to back away. Oh, shit. Sorry, Eric. There we go.
Medic 2, fire control.
Good fire truck.
Medic 2, be advised, I guess I'm going to have Great Ocean Highway Command. We've got a couple of transformers here on fire. Take a one, stretch the line, got water supply. We're not going to need any further resources.
Temple.
Get your pain in the ass thing correctly. Oh, hiya. You want to go out?
Hey, Frank.
What's up?
When you're done with that one, there's one on the outside.
Yeah, I saw.
Right here. Great Ocean Highway Command, your fire control.
Go control.
Control, when you have a moment, can you send utilities to shut down this transformer plant?
10 for contacting them now.
Shit, the big transformer's on fire too in the back.
That's fine, I want this one out first, because this one's getting close to this.
Yeah. I have the high ground fire.
That's how that works.
I have the superior advantage.
Fire command to 58
Go for Great Ocean Highway Command.
Fire's up.
Be advised, utilities should be 2 mics out to disable the transport.
Reese, you can show the fires out. Great Ocean Highway Command is going to be disbanded. All units are back in service, return to quarters.
10 4.
Hey, Frank. Frank.
What's up?
Dispatch
Do you know how to change
to
channels?
fire control.
Just go into the DS and switch.
58-4, you calling for me? No,
Dispatch to 38-4, go ahead. We have a fire in Grapeseed Grocery in Postal 115.
Reese, you can send that to the Grapeseed Department. We're going to be out of AOP for that one.
10 4 against the Grapeseed Department.
Second though.
Sorry, I had to do something real quick. Do me a favor and type / SON, as in sun, rad, radio. So SON, RAD, RADIO. No space.
Okay.
That pop up your radio?
Yep.
Just go ahead and you could either do the dial, go to SAES, or you could do you see like the control icon, like the controls below the house. You can go there and hit SAES from the list. We have a fire dispatch on, so they're gonna take care of us that way.
Alright, I'm gonna...
And we are clear to return to quarters, guys.
Perfect.
User joined your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Fire control to Great Ocean Highway.
58-4, go ahead.
Be advised, we have a LSSD deputy drove off with a gas nozzle, still in car at 039.
Received. Go ahead and dispatch law enforcement to try and get contact with the officer unless we know their call sign. And we'll stand by for any chemical spills in the gas, probably.
10-4.
Medic to Tank 1.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tank 1, go ahead, non-emergent, make your way to 039 for a potential chemical spill.
Copy.
User left your channel.
Medic 2, fire control.
Go for fire control.
Did we locate the deputy?
We're currently getting a hold of Eddie and see which one it is that has started leaking the nozzle.
Receive. Just advise us when and what the location is, and we'll head that way.
10 forwarded.
Move. Get out the way. Get out the way.
Medic 2, H2. Alright, Tanker 1.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tanker 1, you can just go in the parking lot there if you want. We'll just stage, and if we don't get anything in a couple of minutes, we'll go back to station.
Copy.
Basically, if you see any fuel spills, just go ahead and handle it then. Let dispatch know.
Copy. I'll make sure I take the nozzle out.
Medic 2, fire control.
Fire control, go ahead.
Medic 2, we're gonna clear staging here at 039, so medic won't be needed. We're gonna be returning to quarters.
10-4. Fire control to Tango 1. Be advised, we got told by Elio that you're free to go and have an investigate. Please speak to 1 Lincoln 04, who's arrived on scene.
Okay, so apparently they were at this pump right here on the side that the Charger is on. The fuel pump is still in their car. I'm gonna assume there's fuel leaking, but I don't know. Yeah. They were, yeah, apparently at that side, so. Unless it did blow up, then we don't need it.
Fire control to Medic 1.
Medic 2, go ahead.
Be advised, we got a call saying that a unit is at Leo Fire Station, and they say they're having a bad asthma issue.
Received. You could show us en route. Will be emergent.
10-4, post will be 046.
Do we know what vehicle they're going to be meeting us with?
Negative at this moment in time.
Oh, there's definitely gas in the ground. That's a fucking trip.
Yeah. These pumps are finicky.
Okay, so we need to shut down the gas station then.
Yeah, I'll get some assorted shit.
User joined your channel.
Get some floor drive.
I mean, as long as nobody lights a cigarette or anything.
Yeah, well, gotta have
The problem is the rain is gonna wash it, and if it washes into the drains, then it becomes a environmental issue.
Oh, which is the one thing.
Yeah, so you might want to get snappy on that.
Fire control to Medic 2.
Medic 2.
Be advised, is any of you guys able to split off as we've got 2 medical problems at once?
Negative at this time. Engine 2 probably assist the first responder once they're clear of their fuel.
10-4, fire control to Tank 1.
Go ahead.
Are you able to perform medical on any individuals that are at the scene of Postal 039?
I am currently dealing with gas.
10-4, once everything's all clear, if you're able to perform medical on both any officers that have been exposed, that'd be lovely.
Any gas in the
Back
car?
to back, Phil.
Huh?
Medic to go ahead.
Not that I am
Back
seeing.
to, we're going to be on location at Fire Hall. We definitely got a patient kneeling over in front of their car. You want to go ahead and send Leos just in case. At least stage in the area.
Done. Came out here in the rain, getting my nice clothes
I'll
all
let
wet.
Elio be satisfied.
Because somebody can't remember to remove the nozzle.
Just one for now, just because it's right in front of our station.
I'll be sending you the dry cleaning bill.
Alright. Do you want me to pay with my bank card? I will.
I don't know. I don't know how much it's gonna be.
Make sure you bring it to the expensive drive me around.
Hey, these clothes aren't
Fire
cheap.
control to Medic
Not cheap to look
be
good.
advised, you got 1 Elio en route to your position.
We see, I think I have him. We just want him here just for safety.
No, we should be good.
Temple.
I'll have the gas station clerk put a cone out. So.
There we go.
You as well.
was that call you needed for?
Same call again at 039, just to see if anyone need medical with him.
Copy, they said they're fine.
7-4, if scene's code 4, let me know.
Code 4, I'll get back to you.
10-4, mark it down as 10-8, back to station. Flight control to medic 2.
Go for medic 2.
Advise, if you don't need too many ELEOs, you are free to send any away.
Or received. I advise them that if they need to leave, they can. We just wanted to be because it was a little strange that it was right in front of our department.
10-4. Flight control to all units, I'll be 5 miles out of dispatch.
Back to, can you 10-9 that traffic?
Dispatch back in session.
How's it going? Hello? 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 Hello?
Yo. Sorry.
Vital signs are now 230 for a heart rate, 80% oxygen still, 50 for an end tidal, and 230 over 116 for blood pressure.
Fire control, so take one.
What?
Another transformer?
We currently at the moment have a Clio electrical transformer fire at 068.
Copy, en route.
10-4.
Mag 2, tank 1. Medic 2, tank 1.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Tank 1, we're still gonna be tied up here. You're gonna be commanding that soon.
Copy. Tank 1, sir. Love the drive. There we go.
User in your channel timed out.
dispatch to 5840.
58-4, go ahead.
Be advised, I'll be dispatching for both LEO and fire, so I'll be switching machine calls.
Received. We get a delay from you, we won't worry about it. Appreciate it. Also, Medic 2, we have cardiac arrest at this time. Go ahead and start trauma code. Timer.
User left your channel. User joined your channel. User disconnected from your channel. User joined your channel. User joined your channel.
This
User disconnected from your channel. User joined your channel.
Signal 100 is now in effect.
Oh, that's gonna be it for me.